This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there's one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
I want you to explain to me how, either one of you, how a cochlear implant works, because it may be one of the most fascinating developments in medical science that I've ever heard of. And I have 2 sets of friends whose children have cochlear implants.
This is the plaintiff, Rocco Nisavaccia. He says he was hired by the defendant to shoot a promotional video based on her daughter's experience with cochlear implants, a device used to help deaf people hear. He told her he'd volunteer his time, and when they raised the money to make a full-fledged film, he'd direct it and share creative control with her. Now that they've raised the money for the film, the defendant's going back on the deal and is telling him he's no longer needed. Huh? He's suing for $2,910, the amount of money he's out and is owed. This is the defendant, Lisa Resnick. She says the plaintiff tried to take credit for writing the script to the movie they were going to make about her daughter, who got the hearing implants when she was 2 years old. The guy was trying to wrestle control of everything. It was like he wanted to go from helping her to taking over. She never made any agreements with the frustrated filmmaker and doesn't owe him a penny. She's accused of yelling, "Cut," way too soon.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
You see to come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Nisavaccia Films, represented here by the owners, Rocco Nisavaccia and Ralph Riccardi.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
You are suing Lisa Resnick for $2,910, the amount that you say she owes you for shooting a promotional video that she has not paid you. Go ahead. Talk
Fantastic.
To me.
So several months ago, Lisa, through a mutual colleague, Lisa was introduced to a film that we had done already previously before meeting her. She had wanted for a film festival, so we said, fantastic, no problem. We gave her the film. And then we got to talking, and then she's doing a short film about her daughter, who's now a teenager, who is deaf.
Would that be you? Okay. Tell me about the film that you want to make.
It's called I Can Hear You, and it's about the struggle of a family hearing the diagnosis that their young child is deaf, and they have no experience in knowing how to overcome this kind of disability. And at this point in time, our daughter, who's 16, has really done very well academically.
Come on up, honey. Right there, that microphone. What's your name?
I'm Miranda Myers.
She has cochlear implants, right?
Yes, she has one now. Kids are getting 2, but she got one at the time when she was 2, and she is apprehensive to go for surgery to get a second one, but she may at one point in time. So we wanted
I want you to explain to me how, either one of you, how a cochlear implant works, because it may be one of the most fascinating developments in medical science that I've ever heard of. And I have 2 sets of friends whose children have cochlear implants, so I am familiar with this struggle, and I'm involved with an organization in Miami, Barton G's Kids Here Now. And Kids Here Now, I don't know if you've heard of it before, but they've done a lot of fundraising in this regard to help families who can't afford cochlear implants get those cochlear implants.
Yes, we have heard of the organization. It's wonderful.
So I am familiar with this struggle, and so tell me, but I want you to tell me about it. Explain how it works.
Miranda, you want to do the talking?
Sure. There's a little piece that goes inside, like just under the skin, and it's a little circle with a wire that comes off, and the wire goes around the cochlea.
You want to show how it
Yeah,
looks?
sure.
There's the internal part that's implanted surgically, and then there's the external part that cannot get wet.
Okay. When was it, and you had it done at 2? Well, put that back
Yeah,
on.
put it back on.
You had it done at 2?
Yeah, it was 2, right? Yeah, it was 2.
Do you remember you don't remember not hearing, it was just so, and at the time, when you say at the time they were doing one, that was the custom and that was the medical knowledge, but now they do 2.
Right. With 2, you can locate where the sound is coming from, like an emergency sound, like a siren or...
You have you're fearful about getting the second one in?
Yeah, and I'm also, I'm doing fine with just 1, so...
Why mess with perfection, right? We got it covered. All right. Now, she tells you about this project.
Correct.
And you have actually someone in your family.
I do. At that time, my family was going through what they went through 16 years ago because my niece unexpectedly lost her hearing. Wasn't sick, nothing.
Lost or never had, or you don't know?
She had it when we were in the hospital. They did the test and everything.
They did the test and right.
Perfect, fine, beautiful baby girl. And then 2 years old, 3 years old, her speech therapist said, I don't think she's hearing me anymore.
Right.
My brother-in-law came home, he's a coach, went behind her with a whistle, blew it, nothing.
Right.
So that my sister got nervous. So she took her to the doctor, and then we learned about this thing called cochlear implants.
Right.
My family now is brand new to this. So where Lisa was
Right.
16 years ago.
Right.
So then a year went by, she got the second one put in.
Right.
And then that's when this said film had come up, and I work in film production already. I don't have very much time outside of work, and I thought what a great way to help my niece spread the word a little bit, because I didn't know anything about this a year and a half ago, so I felt like I was going to be the audience almost.
Right.
So I said, Lisa, this is great. I said, my partners and I, we own our own equipment, we own all our own stuff. We can do these films like how we've been doing our short films for next to nothing, and I'll donate my time, my services, my equipment. Let's make a film about awareness and really get the word out about this.
Now, you have at that moment, you have a plan, and your plan was that you had made a short, what would you call it?
We had made a promotional video that we were going to use on the Kickstarter website.
What is the Kickstarter website?
Okay, that's a crowdsource funding website where you post information about your project to raise money in advance, and you ask for people to pledge money. And if you reach the goal that you set, our goal was $8,000. Some people set a $1,500 goal. Some people set a $100,000 goal. If you reach the pledge amount that you set, then you get the funding.
So you have to set a goal. You had made this video, you hadn't yet put it on Kickstarter.
Right. Rocco wanted to make the video shorter. He thought 6 minutes was too long. It wouldn't hold people's attention. And he thought if people's attention were held the whole time, they would be more inclined to donate. And he offered for no cost at all to remake the video. So it was our concept with the kids holding the signs, and we have both versions of the video here today if you'd like to see them.
I want to see the finished video, the one that actually made it to Kickstarter.
It's all set.
Deafness in children, like me, still occurs in significant numbers.
I wrote this story so that other families can find out about experiences of a family like ours who had to figure out what to do when we got the diagnosis that our daughter was deaf. We felt alone, and I hope other families will realize that they're not alone in the world.
Before my niece was deaf, I didn't know what a cochlear implant was. I just didn't. I call it ignorance, call it what you want, but I didn't know about this community who lost their hearing and can get it back through these amazing devices. Almost nothing short of a miracle these devices are. We need to make a movie about this. We need to make this short film, and we can't do it without your help.
Your support through contributions in any amount will help us make this film.
We need your help and your support so we can help give hope to those mothers and their children. So any amount you can give, any type of help you can give will be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
You're good on camera, too.
Oh, thank you. My mother says I'm very photogenic.
You are very photogenic. Your mother's right. You should listen to her more often. All right. So you make the new clip. It's great. It's the one that goes on Kickstarter. You set a goal. You end up making your goal, and you've got your, I guess, seed money for the film.
Sure.
All right. So now it's time to talk turkey, to see if you can all come to terms.
Correct.
So who drafts the first draft of the agreement?
It was a boilerplate template that Ralph had found. I don't know if it was on, say where, I don't know where you got it from.
Yeah, it was really a boilerplate joint venture agreement.
Okay, can I see that one?
Yes.
Yeah, you have it in your files.
So he sends it to you by email. This is like November? When is it that you receive it?
Well, before we got the agreement, there was a meeting in person where Ralph said, let's have an agreement, and the purpose of the agreement would to protect us in case anyone gets hurt on set. So then he sent an agreement that has, I mean, you need a lawyer to go through something like this. It's got, I don't know how many pages, but it's full of legalese, and it's got so many rules and regulations that you really have to be a lawyer, which I'm not, to understand up to 20 points. And in there is point 11, which I didn't even realize until I had a lawyer look at it, that gives total control of the whole project, including the script writing that I had clearly written about my own daughter. Rocco can't even write a complete sentence, if you've probably noticed in his email, trying to take credit for writing the script.
I actually didn't notice that in his email, but okay. But go on.
Okay.
Full of grammatical errors, and he wanted to be a co-writer on the script.
Okay, you're describing a scenario where you kind of felt like you were being bullied, I think, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That they were trying to take advantage of you.
Yes.
And when you see this, you're like, whoa. They were like running over me, stealing my life. Because this isn't just some creative fiction you wrote, this is your life.
Right, with scientific information in it.
I kind of think you were insulted, right?
Intimidated because I was told face-to-face by Ralph that the agreement was to serve one purpose. It was to protect us in case someone got hurt on set.
Did you tell her that the only reason that we were going to put something in writing was to protect somebody who got hurt?
No, I told her that would be one of the reasons we would want an LLC, because then we're not personally responsible for anything that happened.
But that's not what this 20 points are about. The 20 points are about your agreement with her.
That's the kind of the operating agreement of the LLC.
And can I tell you one thing, Your Honor? The bullying thing is something that really I don't like, I don't do.
Right.
And I have several emails here that repeatedly ask her to give me your notes.
Make the change. I know.
And we'll make this a
and they
mutual
do.
thing.
They say, all right, don't, it's just a first draft. Just tell us what you want. I know. But
Okay,
see,
thank
let me
you.
just tell you guys something, though.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I know. If you sent that to me, I'd go, pfft, and I'd change it. But that's me, because I've been doing this for 13 years. Because I've been a judge for however, because I'm a lawyer. You sent it to someone to whom this is so personal. And to whom this is her baby. I have 3 teenage daughters, okay? So I know, and this is a piece of her soul. It's so personal that when you send something like this, did it. So what happened? There's a series of emails back and forth where you couldn't be nicer. You're saying, you couldn't be nicer. You could be nicer. You couldn't be nicer.
I've been saying that for years.
Yes. I mean, right? That's kind of really the flavor I got for it. He sends you, just change it. Do whatever you want to it. But you're not equipped to change it because you're not a lawyer and you don't know what to change. So you finally get a lawyer. And what's the lawyer tell you?
She says that you're losing all creative control.
All creative control. Right.
And it doesn't even have me as the producer anymore, which Rocco had said to me.
Right.
From the very beginning. So
now, clearly, she could have said to you, okay, these are the changes I want, and they probably would have said, okay. The one thing they had to protect themselves against was like 50-50 profits in case there are profits. I mean, they're businessmen.
Sure.
And, but it didn't happen.
No, and
do you know why it didn't happen?
Go ahead.
I think we all know why it didn't happen. Because you now felt, what?
That I couldn't trust their intentions to work equally because it was 2 against 1 I felt I was tricked.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So do you guys think there are power struggles in these charitable organizations?
Yes, I do.
Why do you say?
Well, I think it was 60 Minutes. They had the Goodwill, and they were showing that the CEOs made millions and millions of dollars, and then some of the employees only made 25, 30.
Well, there you go. Okay, well, that's fair enough. What do you think?
I think sometimes it's just the way that people are treated, and favoritism, which should be all fair.
Do you think there's less favoritism in charitable organizations than any other business?
No. There is always everywhere. Not.
She's right. Going inside the courtroom.
I don't think they were trying to trick you. I think that, they're businessmen and they were doing business. And, but it doesn't matter, because what ended up happening is she doesn't want to work with you, period. And why doesn't she have a right to decide, I don't want to work with you, without you sending her a $3,000 bill for something she had never agreed to pay for?
Absolutely does. 100%.
Well, that's your lawsuit. You're suing her for $2,900.
Correct.
Right.
Because then after that point, then I had given Lisa plenty of opportunities. I said, listen, you don't want to work with me? That's okay. I said, here's a list, and we agreed upon a list of people's names and the amount that they had given, who are my personal friends and family that I picked off that list. I said, simply write a check to their name, mail me the checks.
Wait, you're talking about the checks that they pledged for the movie?
Correct. Because
you wanted her to return?
Because I would no longer be associated with it, so they're not going to support a movie.
Yeah, but where was that in the person's pledge?
And they're pledging to support me and my family. They were pledging to support me personally making films, in addition to the cochlear implants and the awareness. But they did it because they were my friends, family, mom,
now,
sister.
according to you, there was a very small percentage of his friends and family that were pledging, right?
12%.
Do you dispute that?
I do, because we have a list of names, and we had mutual contacts that she automatically nixed off and said, I'm not returning those.
Has those pledges been collected?
Yes.
Is there anybody who wanted their money back?
Yes. A few.
Did you give them their money back?
No, because we got this bill.
What propelled you to send a bill?
After that point that I realized that I wasn't going to get anywhere with getting the pledges back from my family and friends, I had then said, well then, if you don't want me on this project, then at least you can then compensate me for the work that we have done. Because
Did she agree to do that?
No.
Right.
No. Okay. So at that point then, I had said, I sent her an invoice, which I have here for the breakdown too, if you need to see it again.
Nope. Here's what I want to know. On November 21st, I see an email from Ralph. I was never aware that script approval was a criteria for signing the agreement. Did I miss something? We asked for a signature or any changes numerous times and were put off. Now it appears that the rules have changed, and the facts that we have a great deal of time, physical production, and sweat equity invested in this project to raise money to get it to where it is today are being completely discounted. We have acted in good faith to develop trust within the team to make a great film together. I'll need to get the agreement and any other agreements or contacts, either written, oral, or implied, that are attached to this film before I can move forward with confidence. I don't blame you. You want to do business the way you want to do business. But I don't blame her. She wants to do business the way she wants to do business. So I expect you all to just pick up your marbles and go home and stop playing with each other. I don't expect you to come to court and decide that you're going to put in place a contract for hire that didn't exist. How is it you come to court and expect me to force her to pay you $2,900? I think you might have a point that all those people who pledged might be able to go sue her. Right. Because they pledged thinking they were helping you out, they were giving you business. So, but you don't have standing to sue for them. They have to sue for them.
Right.
You guys had nothing in place, and that's how this works. Right. I know this, and you know this.
Yeah.
You work like this on the hope that something will happen. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But you cannot pretend, go back in history, and then say, well, we just did this because so if we'd known that we weren't going to have a future contract, then now we want our bill. That's not how it works, because I can only enforce what actually existed, not what you wish in retrospect you had done. Verdict for the defendant. Good luck. And do me a favor. Will you please send the People's Court a copy of it?
Sure, we will be
Thank
glad.
you.
Well, the defendant wins this verdict here in the People's Court. Come on out here. Step right next to him. What's your reaction in this outcome here?
A little sad. You know, when you put that much time and effort and something I'm doing for a family member, it's kind of upsetting, you know.
Where do you go from here? Do you stick with this as a goal? Maybe do your own thing, or what?
Well, we've been doing our own films, and we'll continue to make our own films.
On this subject?
No, not this subject.
What about
no.
on this subject?
You never say never, right?
Never say never.
Okay. Then head right down this way.
Thank you.
Never say never. Okay, come on in, and if you would just step right next to me right here. You win this case. What do you think? What do you think he was? Do you think his motives were good?
No.
No, I don't.
You don't? What do you mean? Why not? Why don't you think
If
so?
he wants to sue us for almost $3,000, but it was his intentions to help his niece. Now, there's obviously no.
There was some testimony in there about the other contributors on the Kickstarter website and the possibility that his followers might come after you at that point. What's your concern about that?
Well, this is evidence that didn't come up in court, but he sent me a list of contributors who he wanted me to refund their money all directly to him, to send him the check,
Yeah,
which
no,
I didn't
I heard
feel
that.
comfortable. So that was dishonest.
All right, well, good luck with the project. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
both of you. All right. Now, Harvey?
So if you agree not to get a fee for your work and then you end up doing the work, I'm telling you, just forget about it. If things don't work out, almost always you are out of luck if you want to try and get money after the fact. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
This is the plaintiff, Marissa Passaro. She says she dropped off her jewelry at the defendant's pawn shop, and when she went to retrieve it, she was told there'd been a robbery and her stuff was gone. This was the first time she ever used the pawn shop, and unfortunately, you live and you learn. Bottom line, she just wants what's owed to her, and that's $5,000, the value of her stolen property. This is the defendant, Shamoli Kapoor. She says she had a robbery, and unfortunately, the thugs made off with the plaintiff's stuff. Besides, the woman pawned her things for $150, and now it's worth the $5,000 she's suing for today? Come on, madam, be real. Bottom line, this wasn't her fault or her mistake, and she owes nothing. She's accused of losing the loot.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff left her jewelry at the defendant's pawn shop, and when she came to get it back, she was told there was a robbery and it was all gone. The defendant says the plaintiff is grossly inflating what the stuff is worth. It's the case of robbed twice.
Thank you, Douglas. Marissa Passaro?
Yes.
You are suing pawn shop of Amityville, represented by the owner. You're the owner, Shamoli Kapoor. You're the manager.
Manager.
You're suing them for $5,000, the cost of items that were stolen from the pawn shop, I guess.
Yes.
And you couldn't pick up. Tell me what happened here.
Well, basically, I made a foolish mistake by going there for a small loan. I wasn't looking to get rid of my jewelry.
What jewelry did you go pawn?
I had my engagement ring, my wedding band, and a diamond cross of my daughter's. And it's more sentimental value than...
So, and you pawned it for how much?
It was a loan. It was $150. It was only a loan. It wasn't...
Why so much for $150?
Well, that's what they, I just needed that for that moment.
What did you need it for so bad that you would put in someone else's custody stuff that you say is so sentimental to you?
Well, I have 4 children, and just at the time I needed the money.
All right, so you put it in pawn, and the time is up in January. You go to pick it up within the right amount of time. Do you have the ticket?
Yes, I do.
Let me see the ticket. And what happened?
I spoke to one of the employees, which is the same gentleman, is there pretty much every time that I went there.
Where's he? Why isn't he here?
Ma'am, he left the job. He's no more.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, I called on the 23rd of January, which was 3 days prior to me redeeming my jewelry, just to verify that I
Are
had
you
to
still
date.
married?
Yes, I am.
Did he have no problem with this?
I mean, he was upset. He went and talked to the gentleman.
No, I meant
that day.
before, with you pawning it.
He was upset, but, you know, sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do.
Oh my gosh. It's just so bad when it's for $150.
Yeah, I mean,
of all things, I mean, you know, it's bad enough if it's just other jewelry, but your engagement ring? I mean, how badly could you need the $150? You know, I mean...
So basically, when I came in person, I had my money, and that's when he said that my jewelry was gone. And I also have a copy of the police report. I have the phone records.
Let me see the police report. There was a burglary?
Yes.
When was the burglary?
Exactly, I don't know the date.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I have the police report.
Let me see your police report. Because this copy has a lot of things taken out of it. Who gave you this? Do you know the name?
I don't know his name. It was
Who's
just
the guy who was always there? Do you know?
No.
What does he look like?
a young gentleman with dark hair.
Do you know who she's talking about?
No, ma'am.
Who are you? Do you work for the CIA or something? Like, what?
So would you pawn your engagement ring for $150?
No,
How much would you pawn it for?
I wouldn't.
Would never pawn it.
No, I wouldn't.
What about you?
No, I would not ever pawn it.
5,000.
No. No.
You paused. You paused just that much. Going inside the courtroom.
Who do you work for?
Ma'am, actually, a lot of people work over there. Some people work as a temporary employee. Some leave. The guy, I think, who was working over there, he left.
Okay, right. And then the guy who stole $30,000 worth of jewelry also left,
Yes.
right? With the $30,000 worth of jewelry?
He left the
Because
the
it wasn't a
country.
robbery at gunpoint that happened.
Yes.
What happened is that, according to the police report, you guys hired somebody who was the only person with a key. There's no sign of forced entry on the safe, and there's $30,000 missing in the from $3,000 in cash and the rest in jewelry from the safe.
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
Okay. Was there an insurance claim?
No.
Why not?
Because the employee robbed it. He took
And the
it.
insurance doesn't cover if it's an inside job.
That I don't know too much about it, but it is not. I don't think so. It is covered or not.
Well, that would make sense, actually. What proof do you have of the value of the items?
I have the original receipt. I also have a...
For what?
For the engagement ring. I do not have...
What did you need? You have to answer my question. What did you need $150 for so much that you would hand over your engagement ring?
I have 4 children.
Yeah, I know.
My husband was not working at that moment.
Food?
Basically, basic needs. It wasn't like anything that wasn't a necessity. If it was not a necessity, I would never have done it.
You did it behind your husband's back?
I did not bring it there.
You did it behind your husband's back?
Basically.
How did he react?
I mean, he was a little upset, but he...
And how did he react when the jewelry's missing?
He was very upset.
Show me your receipt.
It's from 2007. The original purchase price was $36.95, and I had upgraded another ring. That's why you see the $7.99.
What is upgraded another ring?
I had a different engagement ring, and they allow you to kind of trade it in.
Was it from the same guy?
Yes.
I mean, no, it could be, you
Yes.
kept it from a different and you don't want it anymore. All right, so you had upgraded your engagement ring. Right. I got it.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, can I see the ticket?
I can't even see the ticket, and I've got glasses and the magnifying glass.
Okay. No, I just need to see a ticket. I'll tell you everything. Can I please?
What ticket are you referring to? Her receipt?
From my shop.
Oh, okay.
The tier card.
Yeah, hand her the pawn ticket.
Thank you. Okay, ma'am, there is no diamond ring. There is one diamond ring, but it is not an engagement ring. Otherwise, we will mention it as an engagement ring.
Well, how do we know that? I don't know what your employee who's not here to testify would tell me what he usually does.
I'm just telling you that we usually mention it. If it is an engagement diamond solitaire ring, we mention it.
It says platinum diamond on there.
It just say platinum ring.
Right, but you're saying I should glean from that it wasn't an engagement ring. I might glean from that your people are lazy. Is this the only ticket that you give folks?
Yes. Ma'am, it is written on
Hold on a moment, ma'am. We are not responsible for loss or damage by fire, water, riot, burglary, robbery, holdup, or theft, nor for any loss or damage caused by any other casualty, act of God, or public enemy. Okay, that's nice, except for that the problem is that your little casualty was caused by negligent hiring because it was an inside job. So that would be if somebody put a gun to your heads and made you hand it over. That's a good disclaimer that pretty much every pawn shop has. That's why you don't do business there, okay? Did you read any of this stuff before you pawned your stuff?
Not entirely.
Not entirely? Because it's one card. It doesn't take long to read. Why wouldn't you just read it?
All I know is I went there in confidence, not thinking.
Yeah, I understand. I am more sick about this than you are because I would never have gone there to begin with, okay? But when it says here, for the purposes of determining any claims against us, this pledge shall be deemed to have a value of not exceeding twice the amount of our loan stated on the ticket. And in no event or suit shall we be liable on any claim in excess of that amount unless a higher value has been agreed upon between us and has been stated in writing upon this ticket and upon the stub or pledge card signed by you. Is there another stub or pledge card besides this?
No.
Nothing else that you signed?
No.
Did you put a value on these items when they took them?
No.
No. Did you read that would limit your recovery here?
No, I did not.
Did you read it before you came to the people's court? I mean, it's 10 paragraphs that you'd have to read before you walk in here. Am I going to believe you never read it? Come on, you read it.
I didn't read the entire thing.
Okay, did you read it? Did you read what I just asked you? Because if not, you shouldn't be in charge of 4 kids. Did you read what I just asked you? Did you read that? Why are you suing for $3,695 when you didn't pay that for your ring?
Because the value went up. That's what I was told because it was purchased in 2007.
I mean, they could say it's worth $5 million and I'm giving you a deal, and that doesn't mean it's really worth $5 million. Do you have a picture of your ring?
I gave you the picture.
There we go. But you also gave me one off the internet, right?
Right.
And the one off the internet has a very big diamond. What size is the diamond off the internet?
It's a carat, and it looks larger because it's a picture. It always looks larger, you know, compared to the actual item. That's a comparable ring, the same platinum diamond engagement ring, almost identical.
I feel so bad for you, you have no idea. I'm also so mad at you. Because I totally understand if you pawned your jewelry because they were going to give you $2,000 loan and that would keep you out of being evicted. I don't get why someone pawns their jewelry for $150. That I don't get. That's when you see that kind of desperate. $150 isn't going to make a difference in being evicted. $150 isn't going to make a difference in hunger. $150 isn't going to make a difference in anything. So it leads me to believe that there might be a different reason for the pawn, but I don't know because I have no evidence of that. All I know is that you pawned, according to you, stuff worth $5,000 in order to get $150, which is a very stupid move. In particular, in light of the fact that you agree that under no circumstances will any claim exceed the amount of double the pawn, and therefore I'm ruling in your favor in the amount of double the pawn. That's $300 verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, the judge's award is limited to what it says on the disclaimer on the slip. So step on in a little bit closer and tell me what you think of walking out of this courtroom with that amount to $300.
Very, very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Sad?
Yeah.
Is it a tear on the cheek there? What are the tears for?
Just, my eyes are just sensitive.
Oh, okay. What good did the $150 do for you at that time?
Not much.
So what do you think of this whole scenario now? What happened?
Just really upset with the outcome.
All right. Sorry. So, you win this case. Do you have any empathy for?
I feel sorry for her, but I really don't know if she pawned the 5,000 worth jewelry or not.
You don't believe it?
No, I don't believe. Because our business is pawning, and with pawning we get interest.
So you're saying she's trying to scam you?
Yes.
Harvey?
This is real important. When you go to a pawn shop, you're making a deal with the pawn shop owner. Get the jewelry appraised before you go into the pawn shop. You can make a better deal. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
How do you top your love for your cat? With a cascade of decadent savory gravy over a mouth-watering mousse pâté. Fancy Feast gems. 2 gourmet pâtés in one convenient pack. Simply peel and plate to reveal a pyramid shape that makes eating delightful and pamper her with an experience as extraordinary as she is. Turn the everyday into the extraordinary with Fancy Feast gems.
This is the plaintiff, Lonnie Eatman. He says he bought a car from a customer of his, drove the thing for 2 blocks and it went kaput and died. His mechanic said the car was a mess. He called the defendant and her boyfriend told him to make the repairs and they'd reimburse him. Foolishly, he believed the defendant, but no matter what he does, he can't seem to get her to pony up the $1,294.73 he's owed. This is the defendant, Amanda Veltri. She says she told the plaintiff her car kept breaking down, and he said he knew how to fix cars and was looking for one for his girlfriend. She agreed to sell him the car, and now he wants to sue her for the repairs he knew it needed and expects her to pay? Ha! She owes him nothing and is sure the judge will agree. She's accused of unloading a loser.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from a customer and it died 2 blocks from the first ride. The defendant says he told the plaintiff the car was a clunker that constantly broke down. It's the case of, I got Clunk in the trunk.
Lonnie Eatman, you are suing Amanda Veltri for $1,294.73, the amount of money that you have spent repairing a car that she sold to you. Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I bought a car from her. I was told that it was just the distributor cap. I got the car and drove it a couple of blocks, and the car died. Then I contacted.
You were told that what was just the distributor cap?
That's what the problem was with the car.
Okay, how did you know her?
I'm a taxi driver. I picked up her and her boyfriend and her fiance in a taxi.
Okay, how often would you pick her up?
Well, this day, I don't pick her up often. This day, I just picked her up. It was just a call that the dispatcher gave me.
So this was completely random? You'd never met her before?
No, I work for a car service. She might have called a taxi, and it could have been another driver, but this time, I was a driver, and her and her boyfriend was in the car, and her car had broken down. I gave them a ride.
And that's the car that you were buying, the car that broke down?
Yes.
That's a first, okay. What was so compelling to you about buying that car that had broken down? We already know it broke down because she's calling you for a ride. So,
because he told me that the only thing that was wrong was the distributor cap. So
how old was this car?
92.
1992? Mm-hmm. Okay, so 20-something-year-old car?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Did you get it checked out before you bought it?
Well, I had it checked out the same day.
After you bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's close, but no cigars, okay? You kind of want to get it checked out before you buy a 20-year-old car to find out what's wrong with it. You're buying it afterwards? Is there any paperwork from the sale?
Yes, I have the bill of sale here that he did sign.
Was that car running and working fine when you had it?
Originally, the car was starting to break down, so I originally brought it to a mechanic where the mechanic informed me it was the distributor. But I brought it to one place. I still wanted to look around. He was pressuring me basically into selling the car. I called him.
How did he know you were selling a car?
Well, my fiance, he would constantly pick up because my fiance was the one that was actually calling him for the rides when the car broke down.
Come on up, fiance.
I told him to bring the car to AutoZone to get it.
You got a ring on your finger?
It's getting sized right now.
Okay, that's a fiance. I just don't like the word. I don't like the word fiance thrown around when I think women do themselves a disservice when they do their, or whoever wants to get married. I shouldn't assume it's a woman who wants to get married just because it's a woman who wants to get married. All right, fiance, what's your name?
I'm Vito Fabrizio. How you doing, Your Honor?
Okay, good. How are you? So you would call him when your car would break down, or
it was my car, but he was actually getting it looked at. I told him to bring it to AutoZone, which is after he dropped me off from work. Actually, Lonnie dropped me off in the taxi because the car was broken down. And the car.
How often would you guys get a ride from Lonnie?
Probably like 4 or 5 days in a row. I called him and said, because he gave me his personal cell phone number, and said, if you ever break down, give me a call.
So I broke down 3 or 4 times in a couple of days, and every time he picked me up, he said, please sell me this car, and she didn't want to sell it.
Is that true?
No, it's not. I could say, honestly, I gave him a ride maybe 3 times.
Oh, 3 times? What happened to 1 time before? Okay, go on.
Maybe 3
Your
times.
Honor, he kept asking me to sell the car. She would yell at me, I don't want to sell the car, I don't want to sell the car. He offered $1,500.
Why were you yelling at him?
Because I wanted to know what was actually wrong with the car. Because if it was a distributor, I was just going to fix it. It's a 92 Toyota Camry. Figured, why not? I'll ride it until it actually falls apart.
Because 20 years is not enough of a service for that poor thing. Go ahead.
I handled this whole thing, and he had...
You handled this whole thing, and look at you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He started sending me text messages about 2 weeks after he bought the car, saying that he put all this money into it. And now we took the money of the distributor cap off the price of the car to show him that, like, you know, we're trying to reach out to him too to take the money off.
Did you guys have any anything in writing when you made that sale? Like, did you guys have a bill of sale?
I gave him the bill of sale.
Can I see the bill of sale?
And also, just to keep in mind, when I sold the car, he gave me half the money, and then he said, I'm going to come back with a tow truck with the other half the money because the car didn't start. When he left my house with the car, he left with it on a tow truck.
Is that true?
No, my mechanic picked up the car. I was at work, so
Was it towed or was it driven?
No, it was driven. It wasn't towed. It was driven. It was not towed. It was driven.
You weren't there. You were, and the thing was towed?
It was towed.
Okay. How stupid is it, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being grossly stupid, how stupid is it to buy a 1992 car without getting it checked out by a mechanic?
I think it's very stupid.
Would you ever do it if it was a great deal and they said, you got to do it right now or you're never going to get the car?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Somebody comes up to you, it's a really cool looking car, but they say either pay for it now or we're not going to give it to you. Would you buy it?
I definitely wouldn't. No.
Anybody here, confess, anybody here ever buy a car without getting it checked out? Anybody?
My husband.
Huh?
My husband.
Still your husband?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Going inside the courtroom.
Bill of sale, 1992 Camry, sold as is, with 119,000 miles on it and no warranty. Okay, what else could possibly go wrong against you in this case? See, when you buy a used car, by default, the sale is an as-is sale. This is buyer beware. That means you get it checked out before you buy it and make sure that it's worth the money that you're spending on it. But you don't get to pretend that you have a money-back guarantee or a 100% warranty on whatever's wrong with it on the purchase of a 20-year-old car that you don't investigate at all and that you had all these warning signs might be a problem. That's just not how it works. Verdicts for the defendants.
Thank you.
Both sides, just hold on right there, please.
I'm gonna still win.
Well, it's another one of those as-is situations here. Step right next to me right here, sir, and tell me, you clear about the verdict?
Yeah, I'm clear about the verdict. I got jerked.
By?
He knows what he did, and that's all that matters.
Okay. All right. All right, step in here. All right, so not a very happy customer there.
No, not at all.
No, you can't make everyone happy.
Mm-hmm.
But he did sign the bill of sale. It's his car, no warranty, as is.
You loved it when he signed that. You went, got rid of that lemon.
Yep.
Is that what you thought?
Well, lemon law, I'm not a certified dealer or leaser, therefore it doesn't apply to me.
You know what you're doing. You know how to get rid of a car like that. Harvey?
The only way you can undo a contract like this is if you can prove some kind of fraud, a misrepresentation of a material fact in the contract where they know something is wrong and they hide it from you. That's fraud, and you can undo it even if it's an as-is deal. If you can't prove fraud and it's an as-is contract, the bottom line is you are going to be out of luck. That's why it's so important to get a car like this checked out.